The Malone Access Truck Bed Extender is a great way to help carry some of those longer loads that you may have. And there's a lot of stuff that is really good to have with a load extender. And this does have a lot of features, so we're gonna get into that right now. Compared to some of the other ones on our site, like the Yakima LongArm and the Erickson Big Bed, this one is gonna give us more of a slant right here. So that's gonna help with your ground clearance. And another nice thing that they threw in is the anti-rattle. The anti-rattle is gonna kind of just keep this nice and tight and secured to the bed of the truck, just to keep everything a little bit more nice and tight. I do like this better than the threaded hitch pin, just because one, we can use this with our other 2-inch accessories, and two, it does the same exact job, but it makes it a little bit easier to put the hitch pin in, just because we don't really need to have a tool to put the hitch pin in on this one. But if we do want to tighten this down, all you're going to need is a 20mm socket to do that. But I just like the fact that this is thrown in with the kit, because you can use this with all your other 2-inch accessories. One thing that sets this apart from some of the others is we can add a roller on it as well. So you can either grab it with the roller already attached with the kit, or you can grab it separately, which is what we're kind of looking at right now. There's gonna have 2 little holes on the sides right here that can be used for that roller. We have 10 different width adjustments. We just need to pull this pin right here. And what allows that is all these holes right here. So anywhere from 28 inches in width, which is from the inside of these posts right here, all the way out to 48. So you can really adjust it to meet your needs. With the Erickson, it's gonna be a set width, and with the Yakima, it's also gonna be a set width. So with the Malone, you're getting a little bit more adjustments for some of those different loads you may be hauling in your truck. The width going all the way up to 48 inches is kind of clutch, just because of the standard sizes of your lumber. Maybe just a big sheet of plywood. Usually it's 4 foot by 8 foot, so it'll fit perfectly there. And it'll kind of match up with the inside of your wheel wells right here, so you can get those bigger sheets in here and adjust this all the way out, and it's gonna be a perfect fit. The same holes that we have for our width adjustments, we're gonna have in the center post for some height adjustments. So you can measure from the inside top lip of your hitch receiver tube, that all the way up to 22 inches is gonna be the max, and from that same exact point up to 15 inches is going to be the lowest it goes. And that is measuring from the inside top lip of your receiver tube to the top end right here, which is where your load's gonna sit. The nice thing about this is, you notice how we have a decent amount of wiggling going on in between these 2 pieces here. So they add a little anti-rattle knob right here, and that is gonna keep that nice and secure. So that is another thing that sets this one apart from some of the others. Just to make sure that no one's gonna hit us, we do have some reflectors in the back if you are hauling at night, so people can see the extended load that you may be carrying. And when it comes to what we're gonna haul with this, we just wanna make sure that it doesn't exceed 375 pounds. The Erickson gives us a couple more pounds to carry on here, but I think the amount of adjustments that we have with the Malone option is definitely worth it. It's only a 25-pound difference, but this is gonna be better than the premium option, which is the Yakima version. So all that being said, I am kind of curious to see how it does on our test scores, so we're gonna take it out there and go over it just to see how stable it really is. Now these speed bumps are gonna simulate the speed bumps on the road, but also some of the potholes. And then the oscillating speed bumps is gonna be mainly just the uneven terrain that you may see whenever you're going down the road, or just a rocky road of sorts. Now we're gonna go on our slalom course. This is just gonna simulate just you turning and stuff whenever you're going down the road, just to see how much movement we really have with the load. So let's get to turning. Another thing to note, when I have it in the down position, all the way adjusted down, I cannot see it in my rear view mirror, but when it is up a little bit higher, you will be able to see it. If you have a ladder rack or a camper shell, or if you just want to help extend some of those longer loads that you're loading on your roof, we can put it in this configuration as well. Comparing this to the Erickson, it's gonna require us to take it out, kind of switch some parts around and put it back in like this. The anti-rattle still works with it, so it's nice and solid. But with the Yakima option, which is the more premium option, all we have to do is just tilt it up. So that's something to think about. If you want something a little bit easier, the Yakima option is going to be easier, but that is the more premium option. But this is nice because we're still going to have those height adjustments depending on what we're hauling or what we're really putting it on, whether it's a camper shell or a ladder rack. So this right now is all the way extended up. So it's going to be 62.5 inches from the top of our bar here where our load's going to sit to the inside top edge of our hitch receiver tube. And if we take this out and go all the way down, it's going to go down to 55.5 inches. I would say this configuration is going to be more so ideal for the kayaks, the canoes, or those SUPs that you may be hauling. And if you are going to be hauling some more recreational items, even if you're hauling some lumber for the job site, I do highly recommend grabbing the roller, just because since it's so much taller, it's going to be a lot easier to be able to put your load up on the roller and roll it all the way to where you need to get it. So definitely recommend the roller for the upright configuration. A load extender can be very useful in a lot of different situations, recreational type situations, but also those job site stuff that we need to get to and fro. It's going to enable our truck to do a little bit more and just make it a little easier to get some of those longer loads up and onto your truck so we can transport them wherever we really need. And that's pretty much it for a look at the Malone Truck Bed Extender.